Hi sisters, Mango Tea here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Drama Poodle, do you have drama for Daddy about James Charles? Oh my goodness, tell me the drama. Oh my goodness, Drama Poodle, I had no idea about that. Thank you for telling Daddy the drama. Bitch, Drama Poodle was just telling me all the drama surrounding James Charles and the transgender community. James posted a video that caused an outrage. We have his apology that just happened today on Instagram we're going to be taking a look at, as well as what initially set all of this off. We have a lot of tea to spill today, so if you're ready, keep on watching. Hey guys, and welcome to Mango Tea. If you're new here, thank you for joining me. My name is Steven Mango, this is Drama Poodle, and we're a drama channel here on YouTube that talks about beauty, drama, and the beauty community. So if you want to stay up to date on all things YouTube drama, go down below, click on that subscribe button, as well as a bell icon right next to it, so you stay notified whenever I release a new video. Drama Poodle actually wants to go play with Gossip Dog, so I'm going to let her out, and then we're going to get into all of this James Charles drama. Go on, Drama Poodle, go on. Bitch, James Charles got himself into some hot water in regards to the trans community. I don't know what it is about James. I've grown to enjoy and like James Charles over the last year or two, I would say. I initially didn't like James Charles. I thought he was very narcissistic, full of himself, and amongst other reasons, but for some reason, James just can't keep himself out of drama and trouble. So you may be wondering, what am I talking about and what were the comments that James made that actually upset the transgender and LGBTQI community? Now, I do want to say first and foremost that I do believe that people are very overly sensitive. We are in a canceled culture where you cannot misspeak or say something accidentally without being the mob mentality of people to come and attack you and cancel you and possibly affect your income, your relationships with others, your family. Your life can be ruined if you say one thing that you may just be maybe miseducated about. But I feel like James should also, being an LGBT individual, understand and have some level of sensitivity towards others, especially like with me. I'm gay and I think I know better than to say something that may come across as ignorant or incorrect. You just have to kind of use your brain and think before you speak. But before we get into my opinions on that, I just want to present you all the information so you guys can listen and see for yourself. Was James intentionally being transphobic, or was this something that he misspoke on? So as we know, or maybe we don't know, but James has a very big crush on James Whittek, or Whittek, who is a member of the Vlog Squad, who is very handsome, and it doesn't really make any difference because he is straight. He's made it very clear, especially to James, that he is straight, and James is still glomming on to Jeff as if he has some type of ability to turn him gay, which isn't possible, obviously. And I think that's also what is part of James Charles's problem, is he keeps going after straight men. There are millions of gay people out there. In West Hollywood alone, 1 out of 2 people, which is like 50 to 56% of the city, is actually gay. And I'm sure a very young, successful makeup artist influencer such as James could find a gay man to actually have a relationship with. But James goes after these straight guys, and then he complains all over the internet how he's single and how he doesn't have someone to engage in intimate activities with. It's almost like a commitment problem where you go after the straight person because it's like they won't reciprocate or it won't go too far and then you can't get hurt. I don't know. I'm not a therapist. But in this video with Jeff, he started to have Jeff do his makeup. It was called something to the effect of, "The truth, my crush does my makeup." And I'm just gonna roll the clip for you guys so you can hear from James' mouth what he actually said that offended so many people.
In regards to like LGBTQ people, there's what's called the Kinsey scale. So the Kinsey scale is from like 0 to 6, 0 being like completely straight, and 6 being like completely gay. Okay. And I truly believe that the amount of people that are a flat out 0 or a flat out 6 is like very, very small. I think that most people are very close to the ends, but there's a huge percentage in the middle too. If I had to put myself on it, I would put myself at like a 5.5.
So you're not even full gay?
I mean, no, there have been girls in the past that I've like thought were really, really beautiful. There's also been like trans guys in the past too that I was like really, really into for a moment in time.
Now, after this video was released, it caused such a storm across social media. A lot of people had a lot to say about this video that James posted, as well as James trying to claim that it makes him less gay on the Kinsey scale if he's into someone who's trans. Let's just look at some of the different comments that were sent to James. You said that being attracted to trans men makes you less gay. This tweet does not cover what you said even slightly. You fully implied that trans men are not real men. You can spout your valid BS all you want, but that is not why people are mad at you. Hi, so if you still support James Charles even after his most recent transphobic nonsense against trans men, yet claim to care about me and my community, stay far away from me. No excuses. Either you're with me or against me. If any of y'all stand James Charles when he's literally implied trans men aren't real men, he said he isn't fully gay because he's been attracted to trans dudes before. Y'all can go blank yourselves. Absolutely vile. LMAO? His apology? BS. He pretty much went, oops, my bad. Bitch, you should have known better. You didn't imply trans identities weren't valid. You downright said that we aren't really the gender we identify as. Blank that blank. I think around this point, when social media started really coming for James, a lot of like major news sources and publications started talking about this situation. Even some LGBT publications were talking about this, and I really feel like James knew that this could result in an even bigger scandal for him. James, like I was saying, is no stranger to scandals, and I know that we are in canceled culture right now. It is horrible, but again, you really have to be careful of what you say, because something that you may have said innocently or even as a joke years ago, not about LGBTQ, but just in general, now in 2019, if you even say something in a joking manner that could offend any type of person, then, you know, you could be shut down. I think we're going to watch the apology that he just posted on Instagram on his story. We're going to get into it, but just think, if you're James with 16 million plus sisters, think of all the people on the payroll, think about your home that you probably have, like he does. He owns a home. He has video editors. He has a team that works with him, producers, I'm sure. There's a lot of different people that are collecting coin from James. So I'm not saying that this isn't an honest apology, but just listen to it and think, is this something that sounds just like he came on camera? Like, hey guys, just wanted to issue an apology. Or is it maybe something that sounds calculated, possibly as if a publicist could have drafted this? I want you guys to listen, and then we are going to discuss. So let's roll the clip.
Guys, James Charles here. I wanted to make an Instagram story today addressing something head on that I've been getting a lot of questions and comments about recently, and that is my second to last video, which is doing my crush's makeup. Now, in this story, I hope to address the issue and not run away from it, provide a little bit more context into what I was trying to say, so hopefully we can all learn together, but most importantly, issue a direct apology to my trans brothers and sisters that may have been affected and hurt by what I said. In my video with my friend, I was asked a question about guys that I've hooked up with in the past, and the answer led us into a very long conversation about the fluidity of sexuality. Now, sexuality is obviously a very, very complex, vast, and complicated subject, and at times it can be very, very confusing for people as well. It's something that we as a community and myself personally are learning more and more about every single day, but it is simply a subject that should not be compressed or summarized into a 10-minute video clip. But I really wanted to answer my friend's question, who is outside of the LGBTQ plus community, and attempt to educate him on a subject that he was actually curious about. But through doing that, unfortunately, I misspoke and hurt a lot of people along the way, and that's what I would like to address. In the video, I'm a visual learner, and I wanted to try to give some context to sexual fluidity with the Kinsey scale, which if you don't know is a scale from 0 to 6, gay to straight, and the theory is that everyone lies somewhere on the scale. Now, of course, I can only speak for myself personally, and I put myself at a 5.5, saying that I have thought some women were beautiful in the past, and also because I have been with a trans man. Now, it doesn't even matter what I was trying to say here, because regardless of whatever my intentions were, that came across as me saying I was not fully gay because I have been with a trans man. And that is absolutely, first of all, not true. Like, that doesn't make me not fully gay. But that stereotype and implication is really, really dangerous, and I am very, very sorry. If you are a trans man, you are a man. If you are a trans girl, you are a woman. Like, that's literally just how it is. You are valid in your identity, and I know that me spewing that at the camera doesn't fix anything, but hopefully it does show that I did not do this with malicious intent. The whole point of my channel is to make people feel comfortable and make people okay with expressing themselves, and that includes feeling valid in your identity no matter what you are. And I can only imagine how awful it feels to be invalidated by people outside of the community, let alone me, somebody within the LGBTQ plus community that has a large platform, and I'm really, really embarrassed by it. I feel absolutely awful, and I just want my trans brothers and sisters to know that I am sorry. I love all of you so, so, so much, and this has been a really cool learning experience for me to be educated on this topic and to learn a whole lot more than what I did before, and I promise that I'll be choosing my words a whole lot wiser. What I was trying to talk about was genital preference, and this is a touchy subject, but genitals do play an important role in a lot of sexual relationships. Now, for me, I have been with one trans guy in the past, and he was very, very open with me about not having bottom surgery. And as a gay man, I do have a penis, and I have always been into that as well. But with this particular guy, he embodied everything that a man was. He was a man, and I was very, very into him, and whatever he had down below did not affect that. And at first, that was a little bit confusing to me, but I was open to the idea, and I really, really liked him. And that was what I was trying to get at by talking about the fluidity of sexuality, is that sometimes in life, you can find somebody that you really, really, truly do love, and love can sometimes trump on top other things such as appearance, weight, or genitals, or sexual identity. And that was the point of the overall conversation, but unfortunately I majorly missed the mark, and it got derailed a lot. And that is why I'm making this video to apologize, to provide a little bit more further context, and hopefully be able to provide a little bit more information for anybody who may have thought the same thing that I did. It was an honest mistake, but it doesn't matter because the damage has already been done, and I hope to move forward and use my platform for only good in the future. I'm sorry again, and hopefully this answered a lot of questions that I was getting about the subject. Thank you for listening.
To me, it sounds like this was possibly crafted by a publicist. James himself, he could leave a comment down below if he's watching this video if he wants to, or not, obviously. But I feel like he could have crafted this response with a publicist. It just sounds a little too perfect in different ways about now we can learn together and use this as an opportunity to educate and teach people. It's almost like BS. Like, I think it's great, like, listening to that and be like, yeah, like, that makes a lot of sense. Like, we're gonna learn and be educated by James's mistake, and it's gonna help so many people to understand about trans comments and all of that sort of stuff. And yeah, to some degree, but it just seems like, to me, it sounded like it was, oops, I got caught. How do I get out of this one? Well, we're learning, and we're gonna educate others through this horrible way that I crafted my words. And I do think, though, to some degree, that James was sincerely authentic in that apology, but would he have, even done that apology if it wasn't for people coming for him very heavily on Twitter and on social media, the news articles? I think that obviously prompted him to make this response on Instagram. But why not make a video on your channel for 16 million people? If you're that sorry, wouldn't you put it on your channel? No, because you don't want to draw more attention to those words that you said, I think, at least, because if you put it on your channel, then 16 million people are going to hear you say that. apology, and then they're going to say, oh, what did he actually say? And then say, oh yeah, those comments were kind of screwed up, and then go and cancel him, perhaps. Or maybe he loses hundreds of thousands of subscribers, almost like Laura Lee, and when all the beauty drama went down last year. So I think that there is a possibility that James was doing this at the behest of a publicist to try to maintain his image and save his face, but do it on a platform which isn't as big as his YouTube channel. So that's why I feel like it may be a little bit more insincere, because he didn't go on video on his channel and say, look, this is what I feel. I'm sorry, I don't care if I lose subscribers. It's more important that my LGBT brothers and sisters hear me out for my comments that I said. I just really don't think that James is really that bad of a person. I think he's young and he's made a lot of mistakes, but could you imagine being 20 years old and being in his position, or 21? I think he's just 20 at this point, but he's been very successful on YouTube, millions of fans, millions of dollars, I'm sure, having his own palette. He's talented with makeup and doing looks, and I just think that, you know, people have to also realize he's a 20-year-old kid. That's not an excuse for making those type of comments. I knew better at 20 years old than to make comments that could be misconstrued in the way that James made them. I think that it is really screwed up. I would say effed up, but I don't want to get demonetized. It is screwed up to try to imply that you're less gay because you were into someone who is trans. And I was seeing a lot of comments on social media as well that was saying that it's an issue of, or not really an issue, but it's just like your genital preferences at that point. And, you know, you're not less gay because you're interested in a trans man, and it depends upon which genitals, and that's, oh, if they have a P instead of a V, that's going to make me a little bit more gay or less gay, or a trans man is somehow a woman. Just because you're a trans man doesn't mean that you're a woman, obviously, and that means you're more or less gay. And I just can't believe that he said that. In all honesty, like, did he think that was going to go over well in some way? And, you know, you could just see Jeff Wittek, I still don't know how to pronounce his last name. I think it's Wittek, I don't know, Jeff. He just is sitting there just kind of like, like just taking in, and for almost 20 minutes being uncomfortable by James Charles hitting on him over the whole entire video. And I think he was trying to maybe have good intentions to explain to Jeff about how he felt about sexuality, and I just think that he should just stick to makeup. I feel like with anyone or any creator, unless you're really like, say, like, yeah, you could say talk about mental health, for example, but look at what happened to the Rewired Soul. He wasn't accredited as a therapist, he wasn't licensed, whatever, and he's giving advice that is possibly going to harm people instead of help people. So on that same token, the same thing with talking about gender or sexuality issues, it's maybe not a conversation to have on your channel without, at that level of 16 million subscribers or 18 million, right? Maybe you should be having that conversation with someone who's like a specialist. When you have that big of a platform and that big of an audience and impression that you have, you shouldn't be making comments that could come across as ignorant when you have so many people watching you. And even if you don't have a big platform, it still doesn't mean that you should be ignorant or be an a-hole to people. But honestly, if I was him, that's how I would probably handle it. Just stick to makeup, doing your looks. You can have conversations, but just know if you're going to have those conversations, you have to watch your words and not just say something that could be hurtful to a group of people. And, you know, especially as part of someone as the LGBT community, just really be careful, because I don't know, I just think that James really could have got himself into even more hot water with this. I'm glad he issued the apology. I guess we should just take the apology if we got the apology and not complain. At least he made some effort, regardless if, you know, some people, aka me, feels maybe it was a publicist who wrote this, or maybe made him go on his Instagram. I don't know. I'm just really curious to what you guys think about this as well. Do you guys think that James was intentionally trying to be hurtful? Do you think he was just misinformed? Do you think that James is an idiot? What do you think about the apology? Leave all that down below in the comment section. I would love to hear what you guys think about the situation. I initially wasn't going to make a video about the situation because I really didn't think it was that big of a deal. When I initially heard him doing that comment, like, oh, he just misspoke in a very big way. I don't think he initially was trying to be hurtful or harmful to the trans community. Maybe there's more sensitivity if you are trans and you heard those comments, and you could obviously take it in a negative way. He apologize. So again, what do you guys think about the situation? Also, I am going to be trying to post daily, if not weekly, videos here on Mango Tea. So if you love beauty drama, beauty news, influencer drama, all that sort of stuff, go down below, click on that subscribe button as well as the bell icon to stay notified on new videos. I want to hit 100,000 subscribers like I've been telling you guys here on my channel. It's a goal for myself. I had a really rough year or so, and I've been setting goals for myself, and I want something good and happy to happen for me with YouTube because it's one of my biggest passions and dreams. So if you guys can help me, even if you don't want to watch my channel, just click subscribe. What else did I want to tell you guys? Give this video a thumbs up. Head on over to Mangotology if you like Scientology, tea, and drama. I did videos about a question and answer video. I did a video about me, what I miss about Scientology inside my cult therapy session. I do a lot of very interesting videos of activism work exposing Scientology. You guys know that already if you guys are interested at all. I'm sure if you are, you probably already checked it out, but it's Mangotology, link down below. And I think that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye, guys.
It's delicious food.